This is Ajay Mishra, and we are going to present before you the Indian Polity and Constitution. As we all know that Indian polity has a very significant role in all the civil services exams, whether it is UPSC exam or state PSC exams. Without Indian polity and constitution, I don't think so any competitive exam is possible. So if we want to give value to this subject, we have to be very rational and we have to study this subject very intelligently, because this chapter, this subject is based on not only the philosophical type of question, but also the fact-based questions too. So the Indian polity and constitution will include significance not only in preliminary as well as in mains exam, and also in interview. So everywhere if you go there, they will definitely ask one question from this subject. So if we talk about the Indian polity and constitution, so in mains, in preliminary, everywhere they ask some questions. So if we talk about the Indian polity and constitution, every time we talk about the civil services mains exam, civil services mains exam, UPPCS, MPPSC, BPSC, right? Uttarakhand PSC, Chhattisgarh PSC, Rajasthan PSC, everywhere Indian polity is given due importance, whether it is mains as well as preliminary exam. So if we talk about the preliminary exams, so in civil services, I think UPSC exams, out of 100 questions, if we see, then more than 20 questions regularly has been asked. And if we talk about civil services mains exam, definitely you will find these questions to be the toughest question. So you will find that the polity questions in mains exam, if we have to write the answers of polity questions, it becomes very difficult without having a good understanding of Indian polity. And for that good understanding, we must understand that without having the analytical approach of studying Indian polity, we cannot handle those questions. As far as preliminary is concerned, so most of the question can be solved if you are studying little bit seriously. Now the question is which book to be referred. One book, that is Lakshmikant, is more than enough for preliminary, but not for the mains exam. For the preliminary, most of the questions will be covered by Lakshmikant's book, Indian polity book, and definitely I will also make the references of that book so that you should not feel so much difficulty while studying that book, because my teaching will be one step ahead of Lakshmikant's book, because whatever has not been there, I will definitely tell you that, because that is based on more on factual base. The Lakshmikant's book is more as factual basis. I will try to connect the facts with the analysis so that you should be having very good command over the Lakshmikant's Indian polity. And of course, we will try to find out some questions which had been asked in preliminary as well as in mains exam, in civil services as well as in different competitive exams, so that you could have good insight about what type of questions are being asked in different exams. So let us see and find out how to handle the Indian polity questions. So now the next question is how to start. How to start? The next question is how to start. How to and from where to start? Because as we all know that the Lakshmikant's book, they have started from historical background, so definitely we will also start from there. Many a times I start classes from the parliamentary system or the federal system, but this time I want to go as per the Lakshmikant's book, so that you will find very easy, because chapter wise analysis will be there, and I will also try to teach you in that manner so that you should be feeling very easy. Now my style of teaching will be analytical as well as factual, so that you should have very good grasp over the subject. So we will start from what? We will start from historical background, and definitely it will be analytical plus factual, right? And of course completely exam oriented. I will also try to make it easy for you. So you have to decide, because I am a faculty of political science, so I have gone through the Indian polity in a deeper way while I was studying and when I teach my students. So definitely I will try to be having a very good balance. And of course I'm telling you what is the advantage if you are studying with me. Now what are the advantages? Generally what happens? Why me? This is a very important question. Why me? Because I am a faculty of PSIR, because I teach political science and international relations as my optional paper. And the second thing what I do, I study deeper, and that's why I can make you have analytical approach. Without analytical approach, you cannot write mains exam, because in mains, in civil services, mains and all other mains of state PSC, you will find the questions little bit analytical. A little analytical. And that's why when it is analytical, it is very difficult to handle the question, even if you know the facts from the Lakshmikant's book on Indian polity. So we have to be analytical as much as possible, together with having good knowledge of facts. So here it's me who is going to help you in analysis also, and preliminary as well as mains exam will be cracked through my lectures. Now the third thing which we are going to have benefit over is in preliminary philosophical questions. My approach is like this: preliminary philosophical questions can be handled. Sometimes they ask questions on rights and duties. Easily. Sometimes these questions can be asked, philosophical questions can be asked, which is very difficult for a simple civil servant, because when a simple civil services aspirant goes, whose optional is not political science, what they do, they study the Lakshmikant's Indian polity, and sometimes the philosophical questions are not handled easily only by reading that book. So I will help you in preliminary philosophical questions, and of course the fourth and the most important point which I'm going to help you in is the gas training. Gas training means by my lectures, by these classes, you will be able to handle those questions which are beyond your syllabus. Why? Because I'm going to have analytical approach, and by analytical approach you can handle those questions which even if you have not listened, those questions you will be able to solve it easily if you are having patience. Of course, patience will be the precondition for that. So let us start one by one, and my topic will start from the historical background. So let's talk about the historical background first. Historical background. When we talk about the historical background, it means it is a mixture of history as well as polity. History and polity are mixed there because, as we all know, that we were under the rule of British government or British people for more than 200 years. And for that reason, without knowing our history, it's very difficult to understand the present structure of our constitution and even the present structure of Indian polity. So let's understand one by one the historical background. And it started with the creation of East India Company in 1600. In 1600, East India Company was allowed to trade with East. Do you know, in 1600, after 1600, you know, the capitalism in West, capitalism in Europe was flourishing. What is capitalism? Capitalism means when the private property was very important. When a person can hire many laborers and can earn profit and become rich. So early capitalism was seen in England. Now, they were having a large production of goods, but where to sell the goods? So they wanted a market. They wanted a market, and India was a good market to trade. So in 1600, the East India Company got the permission to trade in the East, and India was the most important destination there. How the trade of East India was different from earlier trades. Because East India Company came to trade with India, but it found some loopholes in Indian polity. In Indian rulers, they found some loopholes. What type of loopholes they found? So when East India Company came to trade in India, suddenly they found that every time these smaller rulers in India, they are fighting with each other. Let's consider that you go in an area and you find that all the families are fighting there. There is no unity. So will your mind tell that let's have some advantageous condition, let's get some benefit out of it, because everybody is fighting, there is no unity. If there is no unity, we can use their fight as for our benefits. And there, the East India Company started interfering with the affairs of the home rulers, that is the Indian rulers. Now, one more thing I want to tell you, that before East India Company, before European people, whosoever came to India, they became the part of India. If we talk about the Mughals, if we talk about the Aryans, we say, some people say that Aryans also came from the West. So Aryans came, or anybody came, they settled in India and they made India their home. Whether it is Muslim rulers or the Hindu rulers, whosoever came, they became the part of India. But the people from the West, the Western countries, not only Western, I will say European countries, came to India with a clear objective of not staying here. That is, they wanted India to be their colony. They wanted India to be their colony and also a big market for their products. So it was the first motive, that they want to exploit India. They want to exploit India's resources. They want to dump Indian market with their goods. Now, the traders who came to India, they started getting many concessions from the Indian rulers. So what? How East India Company was able to get hold over India? How? What was the reason behind that? That why East India Company was able to get hold over India? While the French came, while the Portuguese came, while the Dutch came, all people came, but why it was East India Company who was able to get hold over India? It was because number one, they got concessions from Indian rulers by using tricks and other means. So what they did, they used some tricks, there were some methods of medicine, providing medicine to some rulers or something else, and got concession from Indian rulers to have good trade with in their kingdom. The second thing was that they bribed the ministers and employees of the Mughal rulers. So how they played the tricks? They bribed the ministers and employees of the Mughal rulers and used the opportunity to be closer to the rulers and got the concessions. The third thing, they also used the opportunities of disunity among the Indian rulers. So Indian rulers, they were fighting with each other, with small kingdoms were there. And after the death of Aurangzeb, the entire Mughal empire was distorted and many smaller rulers came out who were fighting with each other, had rivalry, and then the British people came and they found that if they use this opportunity, they can rule over India, and they were right. And they started using the disunity among the rulers in India, and of course, they started getting hold over India. Now, fourth thing, they had organized army and navy, that is superior navy, which helped them take over other European rulers. So disunity was there. There were some superiority also, and of course their navy was very strong, and all these things helped them to get hold over this India. Now, a very important aspect was seen during the Plassi, Battle of Plassi. Do you know Battle of Plassi? Battle of Plassi in 1757, it was a turning point. It was a turning point. Why? Because Mir Jafar got the Nawabhood of Bengal. And after the Battle of Plassi, informally, the British or East India Company became the real ruler of India. So this was Battle of Plassi. Who won? It is East India Company. East India Company defeated Sirajud-Dowlah and got hold of Bengal informally. But it was the Battle of Buxar. It was the Battle of Buxar in 1764, which made East India Company the real ruler of India. In 1765, the Treaty of Allahabad was signed. The Treaty of Allahabad was signed, and why this is important? Why Treaty of Allahabad is important? Why Treaty of Allahabad is important? Because of many reasons, and one of them was that the British got the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Now they got East India Company got the authority to collect they got the Diwani of very important fact, Diwani of Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, right? So what East India Company got the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. And what does this mean? What does this mean? This means that now the revenue of these states will be collected by East India Company. It means that the East India Company got the right to collect revenue of these states. One very important feature of Treaty of Allahabad is dual government. Very important feature of Treaty of Allahabad is very important feature of Treaty of Allahabad is introduction of dual government. What do you mean by dual government? What do you mean by dual government? dual government is very famous. So dual government means, number one, the authority of revenue collection was with whom? East India Company. And law and order with the rulers, the presidential or the princely states. So princely states got the authority of law and order, while the British government, they got the authority to collect revenues. It means in your family, one person who got the right to have entire money, another person will control the administration of the family. Who is more important, is it administration or it is revenue? In every family, who controls the revenue will control the family. In the same way, in a kingdom, in a country, anywhere, who controls the money supply, they control the entire thing. And that's why the British people, they wanted the right to revenue collection. They made early payment of 18 lakh rupees to the ruler, and they got the entire authority to collect the revenues. And here you can see that they became the real ruler. From here, everything started. The basis of our study, the emergence of our constitutional machinery started with this event, that is Treaty of Allahabad. So thank you very much. We are meeting very soon with new lecture. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.